Blessings and welcome everyone. Just a reminder before we begin. Your rising sign horoscope will give you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope may show up, and your moon sign horoscope will give you the less prominent side story that'll also be playing out for this 2-week period. Remember, horoscopes serve best when observed, like a weather or traffic report. You have influence over all outcomes with your thoughts, actions, choices, and deeds. Use the information that presents to help you make the highest choices for the highest outcomes. If you wish to schedule any of my services or like access to more content via my Patreon, follow the links below or go to my website, integrativemysticism.com. Hi there, Cancer. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your first 2 weeks of February 2021. And just a quick heads up for you, if you are looking for the full moon Leo discussion, I actually put that up as a video of its very own on my main channel page. You can just click on my avatar beneath this video and get taken there. However, I do want to remind everyone that it's intended, it was purposely designed to have you watch the first half of the video and then go click around for your signs, because you know me, I like to be thorough, show my work, and teach. And so that is there, but you know, if you start clicking around all willy-nilly, it's not going to make any sense. Okay, so first half, you find out about what's going on, all the planets, aspects, and what's going on there. And then we can talk about how it affects your sign specifically in the second half. So just keep that in mind. Anyway, let's talk about what's going on here with your cards. For your week 1 spiritual focus, you actually have the Justice card in reverse. And this is a very interesting message that's kind of coming forward, because it's about clearing and removing from your life things that you have maybe taken on that are not yours. They don't belong to you. And they're not really there to stay. Now, whether they were things that were hoisted upon you, right? It's never meant for you. It's just something that kind of got brought into your life, thrown onto your life by another person, a family situation, or something you took on as a compromise. The Justice card reversed is about getting things back in proper order by actually removing things and redistributing things, getting them away from where they don't belong and getting them back where they do belong. Now, this does look like, in my opinion, a positive Justice card reversed, and that is possible, right? It's you don't split tarot into black and white if you're actually good at it. But with the Justice card reversed, I am feeling that what's going to end up happening here is that you may also be finding that this is cutting things away from you that you did not know you didn't have to take care of. And there could be some shocks going on throughout this. The Justice card reversed is also going to be, you know, challenging to a lot of folks around you, especially those that may actually know very well that they have something that was maybe not belonging to them, they shouldn't have been hanging on to, or certain, you know, connections, partnerships, things like that, that really they had no business doing. It was created by distortion or held up by illusions. Justice card reverse is clearing that all out. Now, this is in the highest interest of all concerned, but that might not feel that way in the moment for certain folks around you. So just keep that in mind, okay? As we get on to your material shifts, work, finances, job, got the Death card upright, and it does look like a lot of you Cancerian people are going to be moving on from either your role or the status that you're in right now. And it feels like this is something that was maybe considered a bit of a foregone conclusion, because the Death card upright never shows up as a surprise. This is something that we've seen coming. A lot of you may be finding that this is a beautiful week, especially if you have been maybe looking for a better opportunity within your organization or maybe outside your organization. Some of you may be even finding a reason to put in a notice of transfer, put in your 2 weeks, because I'm seeing with that Justice card reverse the Death card, right? We're getting out of a situation that's maybe been no good for us, something that didn't belong to us. We are clearing and purging a major burden. And this could even clear, and purge some negative cycles or financial burdens you've been dealing with as well. and moving on up into sunnier territory. Because with the Death card, we are seeing an end to maybe a cycle or an era or an epoch that has gone on that I feel with the Justice card reversed ultimately has been a point of maybe some suffering or a point of unpleasantness for you. But when this clears away, it's because either we found something that treats us better or we have found the means to close up some, let's just say, unpleasant business we've had to attend to in recent history. Now, for your social life, when it comes to friends and relatives in particular, your platonic relationships, you've got the moon upright, and I do feel that, let me have an extra look here. There's going to be some interesting grapevine stuff going on around your social life. You're going to be finding out that certain truths that you held are not necessarily the truth, whether it comes to certain people that you know, or maybe even certain family stories, family situations. And I don't know if I would necessarily say this is upsetting, but this is definitely reality shifting, reality altering, because a lot of stuff is coming out with the moon card upright, and we're going to be finding out that maybe we have been following certain things or believing certain stories, maybe even living by certain understandings or assumptions that aren't really there. They're not really true. Some of you may also be finding that your impressions of certain friends and family members were completely inaccurate. Now, the interesting thing is with the Justice card reversed, I see this going both ways. There seems to be a huge flip in your alliances, or maybe just where you choose to put your trust. You may be finding that in certain cases, you've completely misjudged somebody. Maybe you weren't giving them the benefit of the doubt, or maybe somebody alls off and surprises you. You may have written somebody off, called them no good, or thought that they were just kind of, a bit of a screw up, and then you find out that they're actually golden. But with that as well may come some other surprises about ones that maybe you thought were angels that turn out to be not so much. And again, with the Justice card reversed, it's about the truth clearing out misidentification and misunderstandings. Again, those tall tales, all those stories of the grapevine, rumor mills. Not only are we finding out what the truth, but we are also, of course, then finding out exactly what the truth was covering up, and or what was getting covered up by, what the truth is getting covered up by. As we get on to your challenge, we've got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And so what I'm actually getting from this is that it might actually be very difficult for you to break free of or pull away from things that are considered maybe staples or normals, again, in unit situations, family, work, friends. Because with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, you are getting a chance to take your leave, but we're dismantling structures. We're dismantling foundations of certain groups and certain again, legacies that ultimately maybe were built on shoddy foundations, and the scaffolding's no good. The Ten of Pentacles reverse says your challenge is also participating in that dismantling process. Not trying to hold up illusions for people, not trying to maintain the old. The Ten of Pentacles reversed is also indicating that you're going to want to make sure that you are careful with how and when you choose to give heads up when it comes to your transitions. And you want to make sure that you do give heads up, but you do it well, and you do it, again, with proper timing. Say, for instance, taking your leave with the Death card from a certain financial or professional situation. The Ten of Pentacles reverse is giving you a heads up that everything around you is about to come to an end, but not in a bad way, right? We can end everything and have it actually turn out to be something that surpasses our expectations. But with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, you may be finding that not everyone is at a level of consciousness where they can understand that, right? They might just think change is bad because change is bad. This is going to be your challenge. How do we lean in spite of maybe a lot of people running around like Henny Penny saying the sky is falling instead? As we go on to your love and relationships and romance, you've got the King of Pentacles in reverse, and it looks like there might be some tension going on here with either a partner or somebody new, because there needs to be a priority check. We'll put it that way, a priority check with the King of Pentacles reverse, because there seems to be sort of an obsession with performance, or obsession with status or achievement or accomplishments, chasing milestones, that kind of thing, that may have gotten into either somebody that we're dating or somebody that we're in a relationship with, and it's really spinning them round and round. And while I don't think that this is creating any practical problems, if anything, with the King of Pentacles reversed, usually, we might even see that on a shallower side of things, this is still providing some strong material benefits. There's a lack of emotional fluency and a lack of emotional connectivity that comes with this obsession that needs to be reversed, or at least downregulated. Now, I would say let's be patient, find out what's going on with our partner. Did something maybe set you off that makes you think you suddenly need to become this status-driven workaholic, or else your life is worthless? Are we doing a keeping up with the Joneses kind of thing? American Canadian expression. Or are we in a space where we're getting needlessly competitive because something, an insecurity is driving us? See what is going on. Otherwise, this is going to feel like we're getting alienated from our partner. It's going to be alienating them from their friends and family as well. And for those of you who are maybe dating or meeting somebody new, the King of Pentacles reversed, I honestly feel would not be the time to start a relationship with that person. Unless you can kind of get through to maybe a deeper side, kind of help them understand, like trying to impress you with maybe shallow or let's just say more simple acts of maybe achievement or impressions. You're going to want something deeper, right? You're going to want something more substantial than that. Sometimes people might try to win us over or buy us with this card. See how you feel about somebody doing that. If you can't reverse the situation or get that behavior to stop, keep your options open. As we get on to week number 2, we have the spiritual focus on the Six of Cups in reverse. And the Six of Cups reversed is all about you Cancerian people starting off a completely new chapter by clearing something that has been a recurring cycle or many recurring cycles in your life. The Six of Cups reverse is all about a big data dump from, old business, the past. And what I'm kind of getting here is a lot of you are actually stepping into brand new territory very eagerly, very happily, making a lot of new friends, getting to do things that ultimately maybe a lot of the old environments or old structures just never held any space or room for. And you're also clearing a lot of past baggage, past patterns, or what you might call unresolved karma with a lot of ease and a lot of grace. You're really freeing yourself up from a lot of unfinished business. In fact, in the material section, we talk about money and finances. We got the Knight of Pentacles upright, and you guys are actually doing very, very well for yourselves. In fact, the Knight of Pentacles, you're going to be finding that you are starting to mingle with clients, customers, coworkers. Some of you may be getting a new job that allows you to do that during this week, that are really boosting your value, your street cred, and actually raising you up in a very stable, but also a very profitable, very enjoyable way. The Knight of Pentacles, you're kind of finding a new meaning in your work, whether it's a new project or a new course you want to take, your field, your career. Not only re-inspired, but also reinvigorated. And it is actually setting the tone for this increase in money that seems to be very strong with the Cancerian people, especially in February. We talked about that in this last Patreon Live. You Cancerian people are going to have a really good month financially. And so, moving on from there, we've got for your social card or your communications card, friends and family, platonic connections, you've got the Page of Wands upright. And a lot of you are finding you are sort of you're getting invited to start taking part in all kinds of new social comings and goings, new doings. I feel like a lot of you are getting inducted or initiated into a new kind of friendship relationship. Now, this could be something that you and a friend are doing together. You and a friend are getting much more close, much more, much more bonded in that way, but also going on a lot more adventures, more profitable adventures, more inspiring adventures. But also with the Page of Wands, I'm seeing you getting invited to also take part in a lot of group activities and creative projects that ultimately you had for some reason kept from yourself, or kept yourself from actually doing, or giving yourself permission to actually partake in. So good for you. As we get on to your challenge, well, you've got the Ace of Pentacles upright, which is actually not a bad challenge to have. But what I'm seeing here is we've got so much good going on. With the Six of Cups reversed, the Knight of Pentacles upright, the Page of Wands upright, we're really going to also want to make sure that we are able to stabilize this so that it is set to last the test of time, right? We don't want this to just be one good week out of the month. We'll see what happens next. We want to, if this is something that you want to be a long-term and consistent and growing, rewarding part of your reality, then with the Ace of Pentacles, you want to make sure that you are establishing that. You want to physically establish it, right? Start commemorating it, start matching it, making sure with the Ace of Pentacles that we are, starting to ground and maybe create a more flourishing environment around ourselves so that we can have more and more of what is coming in. Because when the Ace of Pentacles shows up as a challenge, it's basically saying, look, with all this activity, your challenge is going to be doing just that. You want it to last more than 1 week. As we get on to your relationships with love and romance, you have the Knight of Wands in reverse. And with the Knight of Wands reverse, I feel like this is not necessarily the end of the world, but I feel like a lot of you Cancerian people are going to have to find a way to start being more upfront with what you're just not into, what you're turned off by. Whether it's something that a partner does or something that, if you gotta own this, by the way, because sometimes you can do this, we can all do this if we're trying to be polite, make a good impression. If you've been saying something's cool when you don't think it's cool, when you've been agreeing to do something that you know you're not into, if you are leading people on to not know that you're actually kind of bored or done, really pay attention to that Six of Cups reversed, right? We are clearing past patterns. That's a big thing. Because with the Knight of Wands reversed, there could be some frustrations that come to a head with a relationship partner or a dating partner that we kind of hit our wit's end with something that we're not crazy about, but they don't know we're not crazy about. They don't know we're not into it. They don't know that we're not passionate about maybe a certain activity, certain people we're hanging out with, things. The Knight of Wands reverse is actually saying, look, if you can find a diplomatic but honest, right? We don't want to dim it down. We just want to be honest, diplomatic, and unmistakable way of making that perfectly clear, you're going to have a good week in love. If you don't, you're going to be routinely ticked off and pissed off. And please do not be that person who just gets upset and hopes somebody asks you why you're upset before you speak up. Spiritual maturity. The Knight of Wands reversed is also indicating that there is a curable turnoff in this sense. For those of you who are, I'm getting this really strong feeling that, especially for those of you who are in existing relationships, this is something that can be reversed, right? The Six of Cups reversed. We can get our partner to stop doing this, but we have to, of course, let them know. Now, for those of you who are single and looking, this really does depend on how far you're willing to go and what kind of impression you're getting. The Knight of Wands reversed could be just fun for a little bit, but we're probably going to want to keep our options open. I don't feel a lot of single Cancerian people might want to put in the time and the energy in dates 1 or 2. It seems like an inordinate amount of energy to try and, get that situation to go a certain way. So again, keep your options open, but there's plenty of stuff out there. So that's what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.